This old run of fencing, well, it's looking pretty tired and it'll cost hundreds of pounds to fix. So before we spend that sort of money, let's see if we can save it. Because I'm going to show you some cheap and easy methods to fixing and restoring your fence. So taking a look at this fence, there's loads of little fixes we can do that will save us having to replace the whole run. Like this rotten capping that is the most common thing that happens to fences here in the UK. The capping usually goes first, so we're going to replace that. The other common thing, cracked and split feather edge boards, we're going to fix them as well. But one of the things that we all have to do every year or every other year is fix panels that fade like this. So we need to repaint the panels, and that will dramatically transform this run of fencing. Now this long run here, if I wanted to replace the whole thing, I worked out that it'd cost me £450, but I think I can renovate the whole run and make it look new again for a fraction of that. Because what I've done is popped to the local sawmill, grabbed all the materials I need for £22, and I've got everything I need to rebuild any of that fencing before we paint it. I got some short lengths of feather edge board, some capping, because that's the bit that is really untidy on our fence, and some rails, because you never know what you might find. The rails might need replacing too. So we're going to whip one of these panels out, put it on a set of sawhorses, and I'm going to show you how to repair it. And don't go anywhere, because later in the video we're going to be painting this, and we're going to put the brush up against the spray painter and see how quick it is and whether it's worth grabbing a spray painter or not. My fence panels slide out nice and easy because they're in concrete posts, but if yours are in wooden posts, you might need to unscrew them. I'm then going to pop up my Bora Speed Horse XTs, which are amazing sawhorses, by the way. I'll link them in the description. Put the panel on there, and then we can get to work on it. Now the decorative and weatherproof capping on the top of the panels, well, that's usually the thing to go first. And it looks really untidy, but that's one of the easiest things to fix, so that's what we're going to repair first. Now I'm just going to use a hammer and an old chisel to pop the capping off the top of the fence panel, and when we get it off, we'll find rusty nails that just snap off anyway. Now you can get different types of this capping. You can get rebate capping that fits over the top of the feather edge board, or you can just get this flat stuff. This is the easiest type to use and the cheapest, and all you got to do is nail it on. You can use screws, but I tend to go for angular ring nails. They're really good, and because they're ring shank, they don't tend to come out. Now if you're not sure what ones to use, I will pop a link in the description so you know exactly what ones to get. Your aim is to nail through into the top rail, and that's what's going to hold the capping to the panel. That's already looking much better. So now we're going to fix the next common problem, split and loose feather edge boards. Now I'm just going to use an old chisel. I'm going to work along the back edge of the feather edge board. It'll be nailed in the top rail, the middle rail and the bottom rail. You can see there's the nails. So all we've got to do is get under them, and you can just lever them off. But be very careful that you don't split the panel next to it, or you end up replacing more and more panels. Now we need to leave that gap there open because each panel lips under the one next to it. And then I'll just make sure I get out any old nails. Now these bits of feather edge board, they're about £1.50, so we can slot a new one in and it should fit perfectly. You can buy longer ones and cut them down if you need to. Just go to a good local sawmill, tell them what you need, and I'm sure they'll sort you out. And then all you need to do is tap these feather edge boards in place behind the next one. Make sure it's in line with all the other boards and flush to the bottom of the top cap. And this time we've got 25mm angular rings, and in line with each support rail, we're just going to follow the line of nails already an inch in from the back edge of the feather edge. Just knock in one of those nails. So on this panel there'll be 1, 2, 3. On a 6 foot there'll probably be more. So that's the majority of this one fixed. We have got one more fix to do on another one of these panels that's a little bit more major. I'll show you that in a moment. But do just have a quick look across any of your other panels and see if any boards are lifting. You can see this one here is lifting, and that's on the bottom rail. That's probably because the nails rotted through. So just go around, bang in a few nails next to existing ones, just to hold them boards down, and that's looking neat. So now we can slide this one back in and get to work on the rest. And guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, well, now's the time, because you don't want to miss a lot of the videos that we've got coming up that are going to save you money this summer. And hit that like button for me. It's completely free, and it lets me know that you like these types of videos. So with the rest looking pretty tidy, we're going to work on this one, the one with a rotted out and failed cant rail. Now a lot of people think that a broken cant rail means game over for the fence panel, but it doesn't, because for just £2 you can grab a new one and save yourself having to spend between £25 and £45 on a whole new fence panel. The only difference when you're replacing the cant rails is that we can't really just prise them off, because we'll split straight through the feather edge boards underneath them. So I'll use a metal blade in a reciprocating saw. And that makes an easy job of it, but I appreciate a lot of you won't have this power tool, so you can just use a nice sharp hacksaw or a multi-tool blade to cut through those nails and separate that cant rail. Now lay the new one on and get it flush with the top of the feather edge boards. And remember, the angled piece, well, that faces down on the top rail, and the others, it faces up. On exactly the same holes, just nail the cant rail in place. And with our cant rail replaced, this run of fencing is solid once again. But do remember, it's often economical and it'll save you money to repair a fence panel, but not always. If you've got to throw loads of money at it, sometimes it's just not worth it. But what about when it comes to that yearly maintenance? Is a paint sprayer worth it, or should we just stick to a brush? Well, I just bought this Wagner fencing decking sprayer to find out the answer to that exact question. Is it going to be any better than a proper timber brush? I bought this unsponsored with my own money for just £60, and everything out of the box is really easy to put together, being push and twist fit, which I really like because reading instructions is not my strong point. We're using this Ronseal 5-year fence life. Now, one thing I did find is the hopper that attaches to the sprayer is quite small, and if you try and pour the tub of Ronseal in there, well, it just goes everywhere. So I decanted it into another bucket, which made it a lot easier. So get a funnel, because it's a bit of a nightmare without it, but at least we are ready to start spraying. So I've popped a sheet down to stop any overspray, got my little shoulder strap, and I've got this full of stain. So we should be able to hit this little on button and get some paint on there. Now, normally I'd wear a mask, and I'd advise you do, but of course I can't talk to you with a mask on. So I'll pop one on later. Now, we need to adjust the tip to get a fine spray, a detailed spray, so that we don't get this all over the fence posts. But although the fine detailed spray is quite good, overspray is still a concern, so I used a bit of feather edge board so that I don't get overspray on the fence posts. I then adjust the nozzle to its vertical setting to work up and down the panel, and that'll give us a broader spray pattern and allow us to cover more area. But what you can see is, once you get the hang of the settings on this, if you have it too unscrewed, the pattern's too wild. And what I've found is, the more you tighten it up, the more neat of a job you can get with it. Now, the vertical shape on the nozzle actually does the horizontal spray, and the horizontal shape on the nozzle does the vertical spray. So it's a bit weird, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite quick. So I'm going to finish this panel, and then we're going to do a time lapse against a brush and find out which one is actually quicker. Now, I think it's important to say before we do our time test that Wagner are not associated with this video. They haven't paid, they don't even know that I'm making it. I bought it with my own money. So on that, let's get straight into a time test and see if it's actually worth the £60. Stopwatch, let's go. Get my glove on and get straight into it. I'll do this how I normally would. Right, where's my phone? We've lost a few seconds there, but you can see that was 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Wow, that is fast. Let's do the same with a brush and see if it comes anywhere close. Let's go. Right, that was 11 minutes and 4 seconds. So I'm not going to tell you what one's better, I'm going to let you decide. So what do I think of the machine? It's not perfect. There's a lot of cleaning out involved. You have to run a lot of water through it at the end to clean it out. That bit can take time, so if you haven't got a lot of fencing to do, it's probably not worth it. If you've got one panel, you might as well get the brush out. But if you've got lots of fencing, it definitely speeds up the process, and it's not as boring as a brush. So I like the machine. It's only 60 quid. I've popped a link in the description. Like I say, it's not sponsored. Grab one if you want one. I like it. You probably like it too. So there you go. What a result. It's cost me about £40 with the paint and the stuff from the sawmill versus probably 250 to 300 pounds to replace this whole run, and just a Saturday to do it. Nice easy weekend job, and you can completely transform your fence. So give this a go yourself, and if you want to see more fencing videos, how to replace broken posts and things like that, then click on one of these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.